Hello, this is another episode of your boy Dope Seed, Common Sense Conversation with the Dope. And today I'm gonna play the dude in the dice game that's trying to spend your money after he lost his money. You know them dudes show over $40, $50 at the dice game and he lost his money, so now he trying to spend yours. You know, bet back, young nigga. Scared money don't make no money. You know how I'm saying, them niggas be having the dice game on young and old. You know what I mean? Then you hit a couple of licks, then they asking you for $40 or $50 to try to get back in, and don't do it. Cause most time when they get back in, they win their money back and they get your money. But anyway, to the topic at hand. Me and one of my homies, few months back, 6 months back, was talking about he knew a dude that actually had a diamond mine. Diamond mine. I mean, really, really manufactured. I mean, trying to get diamonds from coals. But he didn't have no investors. I'm like, what? That was sort of okay, amazing to me. But coming from the region he was probably coming from, he probably didn't have a whole lot of investors in his area for Africa. But I was like, man, with all the internet and everything we got going on, it seemed like it wouldn't be hard for him to reach somebody from the US to help him out with it. Because we got so many dudes that's into fashion and diamonds and all that kind of stuff. Seemed like that would just only make common sense for somebody to invest into that. But maybe you're in positions where you don't even know about that kind of stuff. So I'm just putting it into the atmosphere that why wouldn't you invest into your own diamond mine? I mean, you invest into Jacob the Jeweler and Johnny Wang and all of you dudes that sell you these cloud ass diamonds. And I'm not really trying to tell you how to spend your money, but I'm just trying to kick some game to you. So what if you did invest into your own diamond mine? It would probably cost you about, I don't know, $3, $4, $5,000 to send somebody to Africa to really see if this shit is legit. You probably throw that shit in strip club weekly, if not nightly. You wouldn't even have to do it your own self because you got enough cronies and personal assistants. They would be glad to go over there and invest that time and see if it's real. And if it ain't, you ain't lost nothing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm just trying to put it into the atmosphere, just giving y'all some game about it. But if you invested into your own diamonds, man, you would probably pay half, fourth, or eighth of the price that you pay these Chinese dudes that give you diamonds. And if it really hit for a lick, man, you might could sell diamonds to Zales. If not, you could sell diamonds you could probably open up your own little diamond store. You know what I mean? It's a lot of possibilities with that. Now, it blew my mind because I don't run in cliques that have that kind of money or have them kind of resources to even go there. So when I heard it, I'm like, man, it just hit me like, okay, that's something I got to put out there. Nigga with his own diamond mine. that would be amazing to have your own diamonds. And even if you didn't have enough to really hit a lick, you probably would get enough to supply yourself with diamonds for the rest of your life, with chains and jewelry and all that kind of shit that you like to buy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was just a conversation me and my homie was having. So I just said, okay, well, if I ever do this podcast thing, I'm gonna put that out there. Now it's gonna cost you something. It's definitely gonna cost you something. You gotta pay me back for this shit help. All right, now what it's gonna cost me if this idea was to come to fruition with some of you niggas was that you gotta make whoever you in business with sign that contract saying, hey, I'm gonna invest some of this money back into my village. Farmers, fishers, fishermen, dudes that do woodwork, build a couple of water plants in these villages or whatever the case may be. Yeah, you got to give back to your community after profits are made. You just can't take this money and just go floss and move to US. Now you waste some money just like the rest of these dudes waste money. You know what I mean? You got to get that money back to your village. So that's an idea, and it's sort of out there. But it's possible. We make enough money in the US to invest into little shit like that. Maybe not me, cause I'm a broke ass nigga. I ain't got nothing and ain't never had nothing, but I got good ideas. The most ingenious minds is the ones that ain't got no money. So you gotta put it out there. And I ain't charging you nothing for this game. Okay. Now let's bring this thing back to the US of A. Back in my day, when you looking good, we used to always say, man, I want to be fly. I want to step out the house. I want to be fly. I want to be Gucci. I don't know what the new terms is because I don't really keep up with that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna keep it to my level. Like I made a post on Facebook, I think, a couple of years back. I said, man, I was headed to New Orleans. I said, man, I'm fly and I'm gonna stay fly. So if you don't know what fly means, it just means I'm looking good or think I'm looking good, feeling good anyway. So this is another idea I had. A lot of you dudes, a lot of people wear Gucci, you wear Louis Vuitton, you wear I don't know who are the big designers. Just say for instance you had somebody like Migos, like they scream Versace, or you had somebody like Future, and I'm stressing rappers because rappers got a lot of influence these days. Just say you had one of these rappers that scream a black designer's name. You take a couple of clothes designers in your area, and not the same one. You had two or three in your area. This dude got two or three in his area. This dude got two or three in his area. And you scream his name for a whole year. You wearing their clothes, they making your bags, they making your luggage, and now all of a sudden he making money. Both y'all making money. And you gotta pay me the same price. If that was to happen, now you gotta make this dude sign a percentage of his money to the local farmers. You know what I mean? I heard Dr. Umar say one time the three things that the black people need in our neighborhoods was a grocery store, a hospital, and what was it? A grocery store, a hospital, and a bank. So if you was to make these designers, if you made them rich, now you got to make them spend some of that money on farmers. Now he growing our own food. Now you got to make these dudes create a market. So now we shopping with each other. We got our own food. You know what I mean? You got a farmer that's making money. You got a little neighbor. You ain't got to be start out as Walmart because there's always a process. But he got a little market. He's selling greens. He's selling peas. Everything that don't bring us obesity and diabetes. All right. So, and he got to sell that shit at cost. Like he can't make no big profit. He going to make some profit. But this just my hand scratching I'm scratching your back and he's scratching his back. All right. So now you take another two dudes in another city. They take two or three designers and they make a couple of dollars. Now, a percentage of their money is going to some of these young black medical students that's coming out of the universities. So now y'all ain't gotta have a full out hospital, but you can have a little health center where they making money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be a full out Parkland, but they can probably make a health center. If you get three or four young, innovative young doctors, and you get the whole neighborhood involved, they probably could make a pretty good bit of change if everybody was to jump on it. All right. So now they making money. Now you got to hold a foot to the fire too, because once you get established to where y'all making money, now y'all got to pass some of that money on to some of these young dudes coming out of college that do investments. So now you got a bank. Now you got a grocery store, and you got a bank, and you got a hospital. And man, just imagine if that was to grow to where within a 3 mile vicinity of your area, you ain't really got to leave out of your area to get food, to borrow money, or to cure your illnesses. And now all of a sudden, okay, if you ain't leaving out that 3 miles, now you got a cleaners. Now you got a car wash. Now you got it's endless. It's just endless what you can do if you help each other. That's why they bomb Oklahoma. because they had so. They say the dollar was passed around about 7 times before it even left out the neighborhood, because those people spent with each other. Everybody got a big house. Everybody had cars. Everybody, I mean, and they loved each other. You know what I mean? They loved each other. So just think about that in terms of the day, because now we got way more millionaires and billionaires than they ever had back in them days. So if we could just only pool our money together, man, the possibilities are endless. But we got to get out of this mindset to me, 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 me. Now, like I say, I don't tell no man how to spend their money, because I done wasted plenty of money in my days. I ain't got no money, but I done wasted plenty of fucking money on dumb shit because I feel like I deserve it. But I also have to have a what am I trying to call it? I gotta have a division on what I'm gonna spend and what I'm gonna save, because I don't want to die and I done saved a whole shitload of money and I ain't bought what the fuck I want to buy and enjoyed it. So it's a balance between them two. But I think we got enough entertainers right now to where we can probably spend with each other in our own area and make a real big difference in people's lives. I really do believe that. And you know how we copycat people, good or bad, copycat people, to where if the shit caught on in Atlanta, or the shit caught on in Houston, or the shit caught on in New York, one of these big markets, everybody will follow. If Gucci came out with Gucci diamonds and he took some of that money and invested it back, then somebody gonna want to outdo him. Not because they out of the kindness in their heart all the time, because we always trying to outdo each other. But and that's cool. I ain't got no problem with it. But like I said, I was just putting that thing out there in the atmosphere to see if I can get any comments on it, see if anybody got any more good ideas about it, and just just see what it do. Another thing I wanted to bring up was a few, what was that, last year maybe? I don't know, I get my years mixed up. But anyway, Tamika Mallory, which is a black activist, she did a Cadillac commercial. Now, Tamika Mallory is always in the forefront fighting for us. She an activist, a real activist. And she did one Cadillac commercial, and all you niggas was trying to blast her. I'm like, if you doing this kind of work, you can't have no real regular job. So she do a commercial trying to get some ends, because I'm pretty sure all these dudes and people that was blasting her didn't donate nothing to her. So she out here trying to activist for you niggas, and you niggas ain't paying her. So she took a little old commercial to get her thing done. You know what I mean? To pay bills, everybody gotta pay bills. And I just thought that was just so niggerish. You know what I mean? That's just, we always trying to hold each other back and trying to judge every little thing that every little person does. All the good she done, she did one Cadillac commercial and you niggas got something to say. I just thought that was so bullshit. And we need to quit doing that to each other. If this girl out here being an activist, man, salute her. Before you criticize her, send her a couple of $1,000, send her a couple of $100, do something to help her out in her situation before you start judging what she got to do in her own situation. So I just want to get that off my chest. That ain't really got nothing to do with nothing, but I just thought it was some bullshit the way y'all treated that lady. And I'm not no big follower of her or whatever case may be, but I just know wrong when I see it. So it is what it is. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all a lot. I done held y'all long enough, talking bullshit. Once again, it's the Dope Seed. It's common sense conversation. Leave your replies, leave your comments. Let me know why I done fucked up it. Peace.